this is it.
Of course. I just hope I learn to think.
Guess.
What about you, Traveler? This was your first big...
I'm not nervous. We overcame...
Then let the mournful cries of this lyre, tainted and defiled, some...
You all right, Barbette?
turning to splat.
This hulking dragon is as intimidating as ever!
Remember, we need to wear him down first before we can attack his weak spot.
Time to switch positions.
Try to keep up!
Time for takeoff.
Retribution! Now's our chance. Climb up and attack the Abyssal Core. Up the ante! Nice job! One more to go.
scar.
Yeah. Up the ante! Thunder! Burn! Up the ante! Up the ante!
Dang.
Up the ante! Hurry it, sweeping it! Up the ante! Up the ante!
Yeah.
Try to keep up!
Oh! Get up there.
Burn! Thunder!
Dang, that took a while. Man. Dang.
Thanks, Gene.
Darling, you're here!
I follow the lyre's song, wherever it leads.
Thank you. Looks like the mage's tale isn't over yet.
Slice it.
Might not be a happy ending, but someone's got to strike the final blow.
It's your turn to be the hero.
I'll take knight over hero any day.
Get him. Strike him. Powerpuff Girl. Get him. Finna slice him. Got him. Got the dual swords. Get him.
La la la! it was a happy ending after all. It was kind of like a choo-choo car ride. It had its fun moments and its thrills.
Guess it wasn't without some collateral damage, though. Sorry about the window, Jean.
It's fine. As long as the building itself is intact, I consider that a win. I'll arrange for the window to be replaced at a later date. In any case, we were lucky Dvalin arrived when he did. It would have been tricky to deal with a flying opponent otherwise.
I suppose I could have created a gust of wind to whisk us up, but I'm not sure our gliders would have survived the process.
Honestly, after everything we faced, I can't believe Alice still decided to bring Klee in there to play. I mean, can we be certain there aren't other bugs that just haven't cropped up yet?
I suppose that speaks to the confidence the mages have in their magical mastery.
If I know Alice, the whole bubble could have been blown to bits, and Klee still wouldn't have had a single scratch.
Her abilities do speak for themselves, I suppose.
So, what now? Anyone down for a drink? My treat.
Sounds like a great idea. But tonight, it's on me. I happen to have a bottle of fun.
Even...
Say no more! You have...
All right, let's head over to my place then.
I'm afraid not. There's still a lot of work to do.
So what? The world's not gonna end if you push it off?
I suppose that wouldn't be a problem.
On second thought, how about you just join us when you're done with that? What about you, Honorary Knight? Gonna tag along? Okay, all's well that ends well, am I right?
Alice loves going to the library. Let's wait for her there.
Navigate these, you jerks. Guide, guide, guide my money. Over here. Location. Oh, snap.
Looking for me? I'm glad. I wanted to thank you for helping me keep my promise to Klee. She had a splendid time in the bubble. Nicole came with us to make sure all was in order and prevent any similar incidents from happening in the future. You live and you learn. It's rare, but even the Dodo King isn't immune to a small...
So, it's all fixed?
Yes, quite. The recording work is done as well, so now all we have to do is play it on loop. It should be smooth sailing from here on out. Anyone and everyone can now enjoy the bubble at their leisure. Nicole will keep an eye on them, of course. I wouldn't put it quite like...
Huh? What's the difference between the two?
Let us not forget, the courageous dragon slayer in the story? Well, in real life, he had already left on an expedition to Nodcry at that time. Of course, that doesn't mean Dvalin would have escaped his destined death, for another hero come along and paid a painful price for victory.
What we saw in the bubble was what happened after Dvalin broke free from the seal.
Dear Paimon, you're free to ponder such questions, of course, but it's of little use to ask them aloud. Word to the wise. Do not lose sleep over all those what-ifs, over the fates that will not come to pass. It's an exercise in futility. Those who can observe fate see, but all that matters is what...
Alright.
There's something else.
Ah, you're saying it was as if the bubble itself had become contaminated. I suppose some gunk could have stuck to my luggage while I was wandering the border and got mixed into my magic without me noticing. Just kidding. I would never be so careless. Your intuition is spot on, Traveler. What developed in the bubble was a nascent form of abyssal power that, if left unchecked, would evolve into the real thing.
What? So it didn't come from outside? It just appeared out of thin air?
The abyss is perilous, cunning, dangerous, obsessive, and most infuriating of all, a complete and utter mystery. I'm sure you've seen for yourself how the Hexen Zircle has been observing its energies for a long time, and I think Barbalot's interpretation is the most accurate. The essence of the abyss lies in the hatred carried by all the fates that will not come to pass. This world is filled with conflicting elements. That one thing should happen signifies that a different possibility has been eliminated. These events can be small, almost trivial. I had Sweet Madame for lunch today, for instance. That means the Alice who chose tea break pancakes instead is no more. Of course, they can also be events that threaten the world, such as my friend Rhindotter's decision to tap into the abyss. In that instant, the tale of a future in which she remained pure was gone forever. So then, the question at the heart of it all is this. Why must these fates be the ones to disappear?
Paimon gets it. It's hatred that stems from not being chosen.
Precisely. The magic we wove this time, and thus the abyss showed its teeth. Of course, much in the end, though, it wasn't a huge issue. Things like this happen on the border all the time. It has quite the victim comp. It's obsessed with entering this world at all costs. And that is precisely why we must protect our lives and those of our loved ones. Because when you think about it, to exist in this world is to be a spark of luck amidst countless possibilities. How precious is that?
Ah, Alice, you're here. I'm truly sorry about this, but per the regulations of the Knights of Favonius, I'm afraid I must send you to confinement.
Whatever for? Things turned out just fine with the magic. Besides, if that's what this is about, shouldn't Nicole come along too?
It's not about the bubble. We received word that a number of fish have been injured as a result of explosions near Starfell Lake. As I'm sure you're well aware, fish blasting is strictly prohibited.
Oh dear. Run, Clee! Save yourself!
She's already...
Yes, it's a day of first for the Dodo.
Oh, farewell for a...
Onwards. We have work to do. time to move on. We shouldn't stay here.
Gusha Biat?
Normal. Let's get some slice and dice. Slice and dice. Slice and dice. Claw City. Let's go for slice and dice. Wolverine. Get some.
Ad Astra Abyss. Thank you for completing today's commission. Ad Astra Abyss.
For God's... Are you even the president? The May even goes one way. You just do the oath. We want a gun salute.
Barbados, guide us.
I'm sorry. Dang. Ollie, ollie, oopsie, free. I'm out. I'm never coming back. Yes, you- Yes,
Onwards. We have work to do.
Don't do that no more.
Oh, it's from the Tone Deaf Bard. Apparently, he wants to hear all about our adventures in Not Cry. Maybe we can get some tasty treats out of him in return. Come on, let's go.
Welcome back, old friend. And how should I be addressing you these days? The honorary...
Well, you sure have your finger on the pulse. We barely caught our breath since Not Cry, but it sounds like you've already heard about what went down.
News travels fast on the wind. But my wine and my lyre are at the ready. So please, traveler, take a seat and Amazing! Incredible! The Rapier of Solnari and the Doctor? Truly a tale for the ages! So, I'm guessing the Wild Hunt is a thing of the past now that you've defeated the Rapier of Solnari?
Seems that way. We were kind of focused on dealing with the Doctor, though.
Well, that's good to hear. We haven't seen him in the longest time. He must have...
Right! I'm wondering about that, too. He did call you Barbados. But weren't you still sad back when he was in Mondstadt?
Let's call it half asleep. I was resting my eyes in the Thousand Winds Temple one day when I heard a commotion outside. It was a young knight who had journeyed there in search of trials and... In fact, all that awaited him were moss-covered walls and an angry ruin guard. But he seemed completely unfazed, laughing heartily as he sent the ruin guard's missiles flying off into the horizons.
Huh! They must have been making quite a racket if it was...
Yeah, it sounded kinda like...
Hey! Is that all you've got? Oh, bring it on!
like that.
Giving up already? You're not half as tough as Vargas said.
A young knight of Favonius trekking out to the Thousand Winds Temple in search of adventure. Now there's a sight I haven't seen in a while.
The bard in green clothes. Does this mean... Oh, you're Venti? I was just wondering how I was gonna track you down.
Oh! So you were looking for the tone-deaf bard? Strange place to start your search.
Hold on. Blonde hair, white hair? You must be the honorary knight. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lowen, vice captain of the...
Oh, so you're...
That's probably because... Then, once...
No wonder we never saw you while we were dealing with the doctor. So,
Deliver some letters. There's one for the Knights of Favonius, one for the church, another for the Dawn Winery, at least 10 of them in total.
jeez. How many people has he sent to deliver his mail now? Mika, Inepa, Lowen. He should just hire a full-time mailman already. In fact, he's earned himself a new nickname. Let's go with... Sir Writes-A-Lot.
I'll have you know that poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts. So, tone deaf or not, I wear the title of Bard with pride. And I consider Sir Writes-A-Lot to be quite a compliment.
Wait, really? Darn it! Maybe Paimon should come up with some harder-hitting nicknames for these two.
Anyway, since this young man has come all the way to the Thousand Winds Temple looking for me, I assume he must have a letter for me too. Am I right?
You sure are. To use the Grand Master's own words.
This one is for the bard in green clothes. These days, I think he goes by Venti. Doesn't really have an address as such. You could start by asking around in Mondstadt, or maybe try your luck at the Thousand Winds Temple.
I figured that since there was this punching bag here, Ruin Guard, I could get some practice in while I was at it. So, I came right here the second I got back to Mondstadt.
That Parker is so slapdash sometimes. It's a good thing we happen to be nearby.
Oh, he also said to remind you to write back.
Nothing in particular. Just some idle chatter between two drinking buddies. But if I'm supposed to write back this time... I'll need some time to mull over my response. Verka gave you a whole bunch of letters to deliver, right? Maybe you can head into Mondstadt and deliver the rest of them first?
My thoughts exactly. Assuming I can find the way. Hopefully the roads haven't changed too much since the pre-expedition days.
Well, why don't we have Mondstadt's honorary knight escort this homeward-bound wanderer to the city? I'm sure some of the recipients of Varka's letters will turn out to be old friends of yours, too.
Let's go! It's been a while since Paimon's done any guide work.
Thank you so much, honorary knight. And you, Miss Guide.
The Abyss, the Wild Hunt, Andreas. Get home safe, Varka.
Why do my ears feel so hot all of a sudden? Is someone talking about me? Surely there's no way anyone found the secret stash of cash in my office. That would be terrible.
Grandmaster, bad time to get distracted. Watch out! Enemies approaching!
Huh? Oh, it's just a few stragglers. They're no real threat to us. This expedition is almost over. We just need to deal with these final few targets, and then... we will make our triumphant return!
Without the Reikir of Sonari to direct them, it seems like all that's left is their primal urge to destroy.
If this is all that the Wild Hunt can muster now, surely the Lightkeepers of Nodcry will be able to deal with what's left.
Just like I thought. What we should be wary of now is...
Grandmaster, based on Lightkeeper intel and our own reconnaissance, one of the suspected targets should be just up ahead.
Good. You know the drill. Stay here and stand guard. Leave the rest to me.
Yes, Grandmaster!
We meet again, Andreas.
So, we've returned from Mondstadt. Don't you want to see what it looks like now? I was planning to take a look around there myself. Perhaps you could be my guide.
What's this? An echo from 1,000 years ago? Everything seems normal so far. Here's hoping I'm just overthinking things. There are 2 other places to check. Maybe this will all go smoothly after all. It's your turn, my friend. Come, Andreas!
Although, for returning to your old home, perhaps Andreas is a little too ostentatious. Might be better to go by... Boreas.
Huh?
Injustice, corruption, iniquity. Is the surface world still as wretched and foul as ever? Answer me, heir to the knighthood of Boreas.
Looks like I'm not getting out of this without a fight. That's where things stand with the expedition. The victors will be returning home soon, so make sure to stock up on wine for the celebrations. P.S. I hope everyone's keeping up with their daily training. I'll be testing you all when I get back to make sure no one's regressed. P.P.S. I wrote individual letters for each and every one of you. Don't forget to write back.
That's all.
Everyone gets one? Wow! Sir Rides-A-Lot is really living up to his name.
I guess the Grand Master must have something specific to say to each of us. Even I got a letter, and I'm not a real knight yet. Jean?
Oh, yes. That's our Grand Master for you.
By the way, anyone know where I can find the cavalry captain? I have a letter for him as well.
You mean Kaya? He said he was meeting a friend from the church at the Angel's Share. Allegedly for work. Said he was exchanging intel. But I'd say there's a 50-50 chance he's just there for a drink.
I'm on bet there'll be lots of familiar faces there. How about we deliver Kaya's letter? And these are the 2 as well!
Really? Oh, That would be a great help, thank you.
Our thanks to you too, Lowen. The other knights will help distribute the remaining letters. You've had a long journey. Please go get some rest.
Great, but I won't be resting just yet. I have one last letter to deliver to Wolvendom. This one, I was planning on delivering personally. I heard that another challenger recently passed Boreas' trial. Well, with any luck, that wolf might be willing to reveal himself to me, too.
Very well, but please remember to show respect to the local wolves.
I will. Goodbye.
Sorry. I'm sorry. What do I do? What do I do?
Honorary Knight, you're still here? Is it that obvious?
Huh? But Mark is coming back. The situation in Nocrai is stable. Surely things are looking up.
True. From what you and Lowen have told me, the expedition has indeed accomplished its strategic objectives. It seems that Mondstadt no longer faces any threat from the perils of the North, be they the Wild Hunt or the Doctor. And yet, for some reason, I can't help but recall something the Grandmaster said to me before he left.
If I don't make it back from this expedition, you'll have to assume the mantle of Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. If it comes to that, remember to train the next Knight of Boreas in my stead. I planted some promising seeds in Mondstadt, but they still need time to grow. Some have yet to master the art of social interaction. Some don't yet understand that they, too, need protecting. And some, well, some might not even want to be a knight yet. What's wrong? Well, there's no need to frown. We're going on an expedition, not marching to my death. This is all just a contingency plan in the event that I'm unable to return. Until I return, I leave them in your care.
The lineage of the Knights of Boreas has nearly been extinguished twice in Mondstadt's history. The first wandering knight to claim the title arrived in Mondstadt 1,000 years ago, along with his wolf companion. He was as free as the wind. He left no succession plan behind. Even his name was lost to history. The title of Boreas could have disappeared from Mondstadt just as he did. But he had an informal disciple, a knight named Ravenwood, who admired the Knight of Boreas greatly. Ravenwood's valor and swordsmanship earned him the wolf spirit's recognition. When the old aristocracy tried to regain power, Ravenwood came once more to Mondstadt's defense. From then on, the title of Knight of Boreas was passed down from generation to generation within the Knights of Favonius.
Wolf spirit? You mean that big blue wolf in Wolfenden?
Correct. As you may already know, the Wolf of the North is the surviving spirit of an ancient god. And the Knight of Boreas serves as an intermediary between him and humanity. Lupus Boreas, who had never known what it meant to love, came to understand it through the journey with his human companion. In the end, he chose to allow his power to become one with the land. This was once a well-known tale in Mondstadt, but these days, few people are aware that the starting point of the Wolf King's journey was not Mondstadt, but Nocrai.
Huh?
The Great Wolf King of the North came here from Nodcry. Although he doesn't like to speak of his past. In fact, he rarely shows himself to people at all nowadays. As such, this tale can only be found deep within the Knights of Favonius library. Even among the Knights of Favonius, few are aware of it. The Grand Master didn't disclose any concrete objectives before departing on his expedition. I couldn't help but wonder whether it might somehow be related to Nodcry's Wolf of the North. I kept my speculations to myself, however. Sharing them would only spread unwarranted suspicion toward the Four Winds among the people of Mondstadt. You experienced the turmoil caused by Duval and the East Wind's actions for yourself. Surely you can understand my concern?
No wonder Varga wasn't clear about his motives. Is that what he was worried about?
Very possibly. He was probably also reserving judgment. Having heard about your experiences in Nodcry, I now suspect that the Grand Master hadn't yet ascertained the true identity of our enemy at that time. And as it turns out, the calamity born in the north wasn't an ancient god, but rather the Wild Hunt and the Doctor. Yes, I completely agree. The tide can turn rapidly in times of battle. It's a leader's responsibility to prepare for every possible contingency. Even if his contingency plan never needs to be put into action, I'm sure the Grand Master is relieved to know that it's in place.
When you're mixing drinks in hot weather, start by pouring in cold water and add ice cubes. Then drain out the water before adding the other ingredients. How's that for a secret recipe? Maybe it's worth a little intel in return.
Please. I've known that little trick for a good 10 years at least. You'll have to offer something a little more substantial if you're serious about trading.
I know there's no one else in the tavern right now, but do you two really need to talk so loudly? Especially if you're supposed to be exchanging confidential information.
Hiya, Rosaria! Luke! I knew we'd find you here.
Looks like it's about to get even noisier.
A little liveliness never killed anyone.
Please allow me to once again express my sincere condolences regarding your late father and the incident with Eric. We make absolutely no excuse for his crimes. I hope you will give some serious consideration to the question I asked you before I left, though I'm sure you're tired of hearing me ask by now. The Knights of Favonius will always welcome you.
From the look on your face, I'm guessing the Grand Master is still refusing to drop it?
He nags like an old man. It's hardly surprising.
Huh? Drip what? What's this about?
Nothing, really. Before leaving on the expedition, Barca came here to chat with me over a drink. I failed to avoid him. He, asked me if I'd consider rejoining the Knights of Favonius, and I declined. He expressed his regret about everything that happened, and asked me to reconsider. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, right. Sounds like you skipped a lot of details. There's clearly more to it.
Whatever details I chose to omit are in the past. Dragging them back up now serves no purpose.
You say that now, but back then, you couldn't let it go. You and the Knights of Favonius were constantly at odds.
I wasn't seeing the full picture. I've had a lot of time to reflect since then. But my answer remains unchanged. I'm not rejoining the Knights of Favonius. Both the Grandmaster and the acting Grandmaster are too upright and honorable. I can't see the shadows that lurk beneath them due to the size of the organization they lead. They need someone on the outside to keep watch vigilantly.
If I had a Mora for every time I've heard you repeat that argument. I actually don't disagree with the first part of what you said. But don't you think someone can keep tabs on things from the inside?
When you join an organization, you're bound by its rules, no matter how free it may seem on the surface.
You think so? Never mind the Knights. Have you honestly ever been bound by the rules of the Church?
Good question. Have you considered that maybe that's why I chose to join the Church and not the Knights to begin with?
Are they arguing or not? It's kind of hard to tell. Oh, kind of like the contingencies Jean was talking about. The more ways they have to protect their home, the better. Huh? Traveler?
What should I report back to the Grand Master? Public order inside the city? Monster activity in the wild? Oh.
My reply won't be...
If you hadn't had to deliver that guy's mail, you wouldn't have been subjected to all this tedious arguing. When I write back, I'll tell him to quit.
It's no trouble. Lowen did. Huh? Scheme? What do you mean?
No. While I'm sure Varka knows full well that Diluc would never agree to rejoin the Knights, I believe the sentiments he expressed were genuine, as was his offer to welcome Diluc back. There are people like Kaya and I. Not only that, but it happened to a Knight of Boreas. That'll really hit home. Yeah. So no one's told you this before? The lineage of the Knights of Boreas had nearly...
Oh! Wasn't Jean telling us about this? Wait. And then we got caught up talking about the expedition, and we never got around to the second time.
I happened to hear about it from Varka once when he was drinking and started yammering on. The second crisis in the Knights of Boreas lineage. It was 500 years ago. Although the Knights of Boreas are meant to be intermediaries between humans and wolves, In practice, very few of them have been truly recognized by Lupus Boreas over the past millennium. Of those who have, the best known are the first Knight of Boreas, Ravenwood, the wolf pup Rostam, and Varka himself. But 500 years ago, there was one who earned the respect of Boreas even before gaining the title. He was a disciple of Rostam. They thought he would become the mightiest Knight of Boreas who ever lived. He was the perfect knight. Righteous, principled. His name was Roland, the blood-stained knight.
Yikes! Bloodstained Knight? That sounds a little ominous.
Well, apparently his original title was the White Knight. But he lost countless comrades during the Abyssal Calamity 500 years ago, including his tutor and mentor, Rostam. The endless bloodshed stained his sword and armor a crimson as... After that, he threw himself completely into battling monsters, leaving Mondstadt and the Knights of Favonius behind. To this day, no one knows his final whereabouts. It's hard to say whether the loss of an important figure in his life is what drove him to the point of obsession, or whether he was already too far gone to save. But had he known that the Knights of Favonius would always welcome him back, perhaps things would have turned out differently. So if you want my opinion, the reason why Varka keeps asking D-Loop to rejoin, despite knowing that he'll never say yes, is to let him know you're not alone. After all these years, he's still as persistent as ever. Just like how he used to be with me.
Huh. Turns out Varka's a lot more thoughtful than he lets on. Paimon had the wrong idea about him. Anyway, there's still something about this whole Boreas business that Paimon isn't really getting. Wasn't Andreas a god in Mondstadt thousands of years in the past? If so, why did Jean say that Boreas and the Wandering Knight only arrived here just 1,000 years ago? That's a great idea!
Alright, let's go ahead and end the stream. Remember to live every day in victory, and of course, tune in Victory Music, Victory Fanfare. Till next time, dudes and dudettes, and we are out.